Fresh air, longer days, a chance to reset. This season, let therapy be part of your spring cleaning. Clearing mental clutter, shaking off stuckness, and building something better. Grow Therapy helps you get there. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 15th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. And if something comes up, you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/booknow to get started. That's growtherapy.com/booknow. growtherapy.com/booknow. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. On Mondays, we normally consider what head of Instagram Adam Mosseri shared on his Ask Me Anything on Friday. However, he's on vacation, so let's cut him some slack this week. However, recently he gave an interview with CNBC talking about how creators can make money on the platform. As a creator, and admittedly my goal isn't to make money on the platform, but I've really struggled to figure out what the best way to monetize the platform is if you're not necessarily an influencer. If you're not doing a branded partnership with some kind of company where you're representing their product or repping their service, how do you actually make money? Listen to this explanation that Adam Mosseri gives for how creators can make money on Instagram. There are 3 ways.
Creators create a lot of economic value for the platform in a number of different ways. And some of the value they create isn't economic. They drive cultural relevance. People are interested in and connecting with other personalities now, not just with brands or publications or companies. And so they help give people a reason to come to Instagram in the first place. But we want to be the platform where creators can make a living, and different creators make livings in different ways. At a high level, we organize most of that work into 3 buckets. The first is commerce, whether that's branded content or affiliated marketing or even merchandise directly. The second is user pay products, so places where people can actually pay creators that they love. Maybe there's subscription content, there's tipping, there's all sorts of badges, things in that space. And then last is just rev share. We're an advertising-based model, and where we can, it's no secret that we're interested in working on ways we can share some of that revenue with creators, particularly in video. And that, we hope, will help create a suite of monetization products for creators. And yes, in certain of those businesses, we take a cut, and certain of those businesses will just operate and cover our costs. But overall, we just want to make sure that we are creating the most compelling set of products for creators, given how important we think they are to the future of Instagram.
Okay, I feel like that answer was a little bit confusing, so let's just make sure that it's very clear the 3 ways that creators can make money on Instagram. First is commerce. So if you partner with a brand, if you do affiliate marketing of some kind, which means like you have a referral link where you get a little bit of money if somebody buys something using that referral link, if you sell merchandise directly, like you have an Instagram shop, that would be one way. The second way is if you get paid directly through the Instagram app, meaning that subscription content of some kind. If you get a tip, that's actually something new that Instagram is rolling out through badges, which is when you go live, people can buy hearts, which then you get the donation because of the Instagram live. So that's the second way. The third way is revenue share. Instagram gets money from ads. They share some of that money with creators based on the videos that they create, which is something that has recently rolled out to IGTV. So those are the 3 ways that Instagram sees creators making money using the platform. Obviously, this is going to continue to grow over time because the more money people make on that app as opposed to other apps, the more likely they are to spend time on Instagram. So that makes sense all around. Okay, let's take another topic. Why don't they just split up Instagram and Facebook already? Nobody likes the direction that everything is going, right? Doesn't it just make more sense to just separate them and let them go their own way so that things will be better for everyone? It's an interesting idea. Here's Adam Mosseri's answer on that.
So breaking us up is the one that comes up the most often. And I think the key thing there is to understand what problem you're trying to solve and what the consequences are. The consequences, though, I think would be really, really significant for the people who use and rely on Instagram. We can make our messaging products more compelling by working with and leveraging the work from the Messenger team. We can make our creator suite of tools more compelling by leveraging work from the rest of the family as well to help creators reach more people and have more monetization tools. Possibly most importantly, we can do more to keep people safe. There are more engineers that work on safety and integrity at the Facebook company than there are engineers that work on all of Instagram. And so the most important thing that we can do when it comes to integrity and safety is leverage the good work that comes from them. When I joined Instagram as the head of product in 2018, I promised everyone I was not going to push for any major changes for at least a few months. Be a sponge, if you will. Try to make sure I learned what was going on before I advocated for any big shakeups. The one place where I ended up breaking that promise was safety and integrity, because we were leading up to the 2018 mid-cycle elections here in the US, and we were too often building our own solutions as opposed to leveraging all of the good work coming from the rest of the Facebook company. And so I just think people need to keep that in mind, and that if you break us up, that's going to put a lot of that in jeopardy.
All right, that's it for today's show. Come back tomorrow for more Instagram news, strategy, and much, much more.